Hey, it's Scott, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast for you. Going to talk about some RGB app-controlled bulbs and such from Feit Electric. About 3.5 years ago when I moved to Alaska, I moved into an apartment that had radiant heating in the floor and was actually pretty nice. And as I got lamps and things and some furniture, I started investing into RGB lights, kind of like the Phillips Hue system or maybe Govee, but this was from a company called Feit Electric. And I really liked it. Matter of fact, you can get their stuff on Amazon, Walmart. This is not a sponsored podcast or anything. I'm actually doing a follow-up to one I did where I talked about how I set up my house. I had bought a strip of lights that were on sale from Amazon and hooked that up behind the TV and connected to the app and really enjoyed playing with it. And then I was in Walmart one day and I saw the bulbs on sale. Individual bulbs, about $9.99, about $10. And you could buy a 3-pack for about $23. So I bought a 3-pack and I filled up the lamps I had and I started playing with the app and I added more lights. And eventually all the lights in my living room, my dining room, and my bedroom are on this same system, all controlled by the same app. I've divided them into different zones, and I have different color scenes you can create. For like Christmas, I make all the lights red and green, or Halloween, I make all the lights orange and purple. But a lot of the times it's bright white for like all the lights on kind of thing for cleaning or just being around the house. I've got kind of a soft white, yellow, sunny day. And at night I like green and blue lights, especially the blue when I'm watching a movie. I turn on the lights that aren't reflected in the TV screen, and that kind of lights up the room enough that you can see, but still doesn't ruin the TV. So I talk about all of this because I've had this set up for years, but every once in a while, the app loses a connection, usually with the strip of lights, but sometimes with one of the bulbs. And it's pretty random, and to be perfectly honest, it's rare most of the time, but I noticed over the last couple months that I was really having a time shutting everything off. One of the things I've set up a scene is all lights off, and it literally shuts off every light that is on in the house that's controlled by that app. Now, I never set up my bathroom or my kitchen, and I still have regular lights like the overheads in the bedrooms and things like that. Those aren't RGB controlled, but I put them in all lamps because those are things I can just leave on. They don't use a whole lot of power, and it's fun to have different colors and stuff. But as I would go to bed at night, I would say all lights off, and like one light wouldn't shut off. I have to get up and I have to go reconnect it to the app, sometimes recycle it into that pairing mode where it blinks and then reconnect it to the app. And in a really stretch of a rarity, I would have to delete the bulb and re-add the bulb. And to do that, that takes it out of all the scenes you've put it in, the Christmas scene, the Halloween scene, the movie scene, that kind of thing, which is kind of a pain. So this was a trade-off on having a system that costs a lot less than a Govee or a Phillips Hue. These bulbs cost a whole lot less, and the whole system costs a whole lot less overall. I did my whole house it really wasn't a whole lot of money. So the other day, I'm messing with my phone, and I noticed the Feit Electric app has changed. It's now a dark blue. They've changed their logo, and the app, although it looks the same, loads faster. Well, the immediate thing I noticed is when I say all lights off, all the lights went off. And I noticed that I didn't have to reconnect, after a few days, that I didn't have to reconnect anything, that I haven't had anything drop off. So now that I've used it for several weeks, I can tell you that with their latest version of their app, and it's a really long number, I'd give it to you in a podcast, Feit Electric has now become perfect. It stays connected to all of my bulbs, even the strip. The strip seems to be, because it has a different kind of controller than what's in all the bulbs. Like all of my bulbs, 14, 15, 16, 17 of them are the same. And then the strip has its own controller. And it would lose the signal with the app more often than anything. It's all connected to my Wi-Fi system, and they all talk to each other within the houses. They're supposed to anyway. And the app is usually very good about finding things and setting up those scenes. It's actually quite easy. It's sometimes time-consuming when you have as many as I do. But the occasional not connecting, or I'd be getting ready to watch a movie and I'd hit, lights movies, and one wouldn't turn on or wouldn't change color from what it was. And I knew that the program was set up right. The scene that I created should have been working. So with this new update, the Feit Electric app is incredible. Not only does it work faster, like if I say lights movies or lights morning or bedroom night or whatever my voice commands are with Siri, it moves really quick. The lights instant on, instant off, instant color changes, and I have not lost connectivity with one bulb or power strip or color strip since I got this new version of the app. So this is just a second podcast to talk about Feit Electric, and if you're considering doing the RGB thing in your house, you'll probably start with your living room and around your TV and stuff, but it's quite convenient to you're having people over and you want to do something festive with the lights, just a couple of programming things, boop, or being able to turn them all on and off with just your voice when you're carrying groceries in and the dogs are at your feet and things like that. I'm enjoying having that kind of smart home connectivity. I don't use it all the time, but I got to say at night, especially on the long nights in Alaska, it's nice to be able to brighten the house or make it dim with some blue lights if I want, kind of controlled by mood or what I'm doing. So anyway, I will doubly recommend Feit Electric and their system of colored bulbs, their RGB bulbs. They're all computer controlled, their strip lights and stuff, because they have now perfected the app. It stays connected and it works great. I would say it works as well as a Govee. Haven't really played with the Phillips Hue. It's a little out of my price range. It would have cost 4 times as much to outfit my house with RGB bulbs using the Phillips Hue system than it did using the Feit Electric. Feit Electric, check them out. Like I said, this is not sponsored. I paid for all this stuff, and I'm just really impressed with their new app and its connectivity and how it works with the system. It's zero complaints now, and if I had room for more lamps, I'd buy a few more of their bulbs. I think Feit Electric is doing a great job at much, much lower cost than what Phillips and Govee and a few of the other companies are doing. So check them out. Scott, I'm ROCKFILE. We'll do more podcasts about movie reviews and some drone videos and such. So thank you for listening to a podcast today. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a spectacular day.